Yes, hello everybody. It's Ray from Ray's United, and I'm back, people. I'm back. Today I'm gonna talk about something really, really serious. And some of you may have experienced it, or some of you may know somebody who has experienced it. But I'm going to clarify things for you based on the information I have, and obviously based on my own sort of um, what I know as well. So, just strap your seatbelts on and smash the like button where you're at, smash the subscriber button, of course, become a member. That's what this channel grow. We'll do a lot more videos, but hey, this is going to be one hell of a video for all pioneers, anybody that it concerns. When I come back, is on. Yes, and so I'm back. This is Ray from Ray's United. Smash that like button, smash the subscriber button, of course. Become a member of this channel. Grow. Let's get to 50K. We're almost there, so let's get it done. Now, listen, when I joined Pi, I obviously always knew that there will be the propensity for, um, you know, bad actors to consume or somewhat consume the network. So I obviously learned, studied, ensured that I didn't fall victim to any of the bad actors around. Now, give me a minute. And so I made sure of it. But there will always be one or two who would be persistent, trying to penetrate your barriers, try to infiltrate your firewalls, however virtual, however strong or virtually strong they may be. So I advise people. I've had a few videos where I've advised followers, subscribers alike, and even friends alike, and I've told them, listen, do not fall victim to these bad actors because they'll come in different forms and they will be pioneers because they have to be pioneers in order to, infiltrate your um, security barriers. Now, as people get migrated and as people receive or are on the verge to receive their pie, the ones they've locked up or the ones they've been waiting for to be migrated, these bad actors will be lurking or have been lurking. So a few pioneers have fallen victim. And in some groups I'm in, I've seen people send screenshots of how, you know, ruthless these bad actors are. And they're amongst us. They could be people we may know, but we don't know they are bad actors. So what I'm saying here is a lot of things have happened to get to this stage. Now, if you look at my caption, what did I say? Your pie was not stolen. I'm going to get to that because you will understand what I mean by your pie was not stolen. Now, don't ever get complacent and think that you can't fall victim. Anyone is vulnerable. Sorry, everyone is vulnerable. But the security of a pie, I can tell you here and now, is probably one of the strongest security in crypto or in cryptocurrency. So for anything of that sort to happen, something has or had to have given in, and or someone had to have given in for such moves to be successful. So I thought, you know what? Let me make this video. I'll be quick. Don't worry about it. It will not be a long one. But I thought, let me make this video, show you a few things that may keep your tails up and ensure that you're vigilant. So just hang on. Let me show you this. All right. Let me show you this. So you take a look at this. Let me just put my picture at the bottom, and I'm going to show you. So this is one of the victims, right? So this is one of the victims. Let me go to their screen And so if you look here on the screen, you can see this individual has been duped. Obviously, they've been infiltrated. So if you look here, you can see straight away that 525 pi were taken, and then eventually 1.27 pi was also taken, right? So I'm going to show you another one where you will see something else. So here you can also see that this account has had 989 pi taken out. 989 pi. Now take note of the address, right? Take note of the address. And this account, okay, so if you take note of the address, we go back, you can see it begins with GAA and ends with CQY. So this is it. GAAY, okay, and then for CQY. So if we go back there, you can see GAAY for CQY. So this is the wallet address. Now, if anyone is watching, this is a wallet address that's been stealing people's Pi. But I've also said it's not being stolen. So what do I mean by that? But before I get there, let me show you this one. So obviously we go back to our screen and you will see that the balance is right there. So this is the balance, right? So this is the balance of that individual's account, the one who's been nicking people's pie. This is the balance, obviously. So it's serious, definitely. It is serious. And then of course, this one was obviously wiped. So it was left with only 0.98. So listen, we go back to the beginning, right? This individual has had his pie obviously stolen. This one has had his pie stolen. Now, if you look on the list, what he's done is he's stolen from these addresses. So let me just go back and show you. He's stolen from these addresses, right? One, two, three. And what has he done? He's deposited that 1,200. So if you add these three here, he's he's deposited that. And then when you look at that, he stole from this address, which is what I showed you earlier, and he deposited it quickly into this one. And then he stole from these three addresses. Now, I'm looking at this, and what I can see is an individual who is hell bent on it, making sure that um, your carelessness of obviously somewhat opening up a door for him or this account has ensured that he's been able to, or they've been able to infiltrate your barriers, however strong or weak they may be. But I don't think your barriers were weak. Now, this is what I believe, and this I believe in the group I'm in is what people believe as well. It probably is going to be unanimous, or majority will tell you that you open the door. So what I mean by it was not stolen is that if you didn't open the door, they wouldn't come in, because the only way I would say this anything was stolen is if your security was tight, which means that you didn't brandish your or click on a link, some link which could make your passphrase vulnerable or your phone vulnerable, which means that there will be something that I call SIM swap. So if you don't click on a link, there is no SIM swap. Therefore, they will not have access to whatever you're doing. So there was a SIM swap, and that's what enabled them to gain access. You may not have given them your passphrase, but there may have been a SIM swap as a result of you clicking on links that you're not supposed to click on. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I believe may have caused your Pi to be compromised, or your account to be compromised, or your wallet to be compromised, and therefore your Pi being automatically wiped clean, the wallet being wiped clean. So I'm saying it wasn't stolen because you may have opened the door. You may not have necessarily given them your wallet address, or sorry, your passphrase, but you may have opened the door by unknowingly, unbeknownstly, clicking on a link or something that may have opened the door for them. I'm not saying you should tell us, but own up, because Pi security is extremely tight, and I don't think anyone could penetrate if we don't allow them to through. So if you don't allow them through, it's not happening. However, that's not to say that I don't empathize with anyone who's had their pie stolen, quote unquote, stolen or nicked. I do empathize with you guys. I empathize with you a lot. However, this should also be a lesson for every single pioneer, and this should be something that would ensure that those of you who haven't fallen victim yet will not fall victims. Use these individuals as a benchmark, as an example. So you would use that and would not allow that to happen to you or any of your referrals. Okay. Now, this is very important. So take care of yourselves, and I'm going to make sure I make a lot more videos. If you've got any questions, please put it in the comment section, and I will relay this to my sources for them to obviously work on things so people will not fall victim. The advice has to be given. I know a lot of advice has been given, but people may not have paid attention, or some of you may have been new. Do you know what I mean? So if you're new, pay attention, people. Do not click on any links. Please do not click on any links. Take care of yourselves. So what I mean by your pie is not stolen, it is not literal, it is figurative. However, if you don't open the door, they don't come through.